Hello everyone, konnichiwa. Welcome to the 26th lesson of the Basic Japanese series for beginners. In this video, you will learn a few verbs like sing and play, say for example a musical instrument like piano, etc. You will also learn how to construct the dictionary form of verbs, that is the basic form of verbs which is found in Japanese dictionaries and widely used by the Japanese speakers during their daily interactions. You will also learn a sentence pattern that has the dictionary form and is used to express one's ability to do something. And by the end of this lesson, you will be able to use all of them and frame sentences on your own. So please watch it till the end. Let me begin with the groups of verbs. Verbs in Japanese change their forms, that is, they conjugate, and they are divided into three groups according to the types of conjugation. In the verbs of group 1, the syllable preceding mas ends with the E line of the hiragana chart. For example, kaimasu, nomimasu, kakimasu, and so on. In most of the verbs of group 2, the syllable preceding mas ends with the A line of the hiragana chart. For example, oshiemasu, tabemasu, misemasu, and so on. But in this group, there are also some verbs which end with the E line, which I will discuss later. The verbs of group 3 include shimasu, the combination of nouns denoting actions, and shimasu, like benkyo shimasu, kakunin shimasu, etc. And the other verb is kimasu. Now let me go to the dictionary form of verbs. Dictionary is jisho and form is ke. So dictionary form is called jisho ke in Japanese. As the name suggests, it is the basic form or the informal present affirmative form of the verb which is found in a Japanese dictionary. And this form of the verb is used in relaxed relationships such as when talking among close friends, family members, etc. Let me give you an example. For the verb tabemasu, which means to eat, its dictionary form is taberu. And this is what you will find in a Japanese dictionary. Let me give you another example. For the verb nomimasu, which means to drink, its dictionary form is nomu, and this is what you will find in a Japanese dictionary. Actually, many sentence patterns use the dictionary form of verbs, for example, to express one's ability or one's intention or one's hobby, etc. But before you learn them, you must know how to change the verbs ending with mas to their respective dictionary forms. Now, let us see the rules to construct the dictionary form. In case of group 1 verbs like dekimasu, which means to play, say for example a musical instrument like piano, the syllable before mas will always be a syllable that resides in the E line of the hiragana chart, and this has to be replaced by the syllable that comes just after it in the U line of the hiragana chart. So the first step is to remove mas. The second step is to identify the last syllable before mas. The third step is to recall the syllable that resides in the U line just after it. And the last step is to add this U line syllable to the stem, and then you will get the dictionary form. Now that we have taken the verb hikimasu as an example, let us follow the steps one by one and the construction will become clear. The first step is to remove mas, and if we do that, we will get hiki. The second step is to identify the last syllable before mas, which is ki. The third step is to recall the syllable which resides in the U line just after it. As you know, the order in hiragana chart is ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. So the syllable which resides in the U line just after ki is ku. And the last step is to add this ku to the stem. So we will get hiku, which means to play. Say for example a musical instrument like piano. This is the dictionary form of the verb hikimasu, and if you look up a Japanese dictionary, you will find the word hiku. Let us see some more examples. For the verb nomimasu, which means to drink, on removing mas, we will get nomi, and the last syllable before mas is mi. Next, let us recall the syllable which resides in the U line just after mi. You know the order in hiragana chart is ma, mi, mu, me, mo. So let us add this mu to the stem, and we will get nomu, which means to drink. Say for example tea, coffee, etc. On similar lines, for machimasu, which means to wait, we will get matsu. For arimasu, which means to exist or be present when referring to inanimate things, we will get aru. Let us see some more examples. For kakimasu, which means to ride, we will get kaku. For kaimasu, which means to buy, we will get kau. And for utaimasu, which means to sing, we will get utau. Next, let us see the rules in case of group 2 verbs like tabemasu, which means to eat. We have to replace mas with ru, and it is as simple as that. On replacing mas with ru, we will get taberu. On similar lines, for mimasu, which means to watch or see, we will get miru. And for karimasu, which means to borrow, we will get kariru. Next, let us see the rules in case of group 3 verbs. Here, we have no choice but to memorize. And there are only two things, so it is not difficult. For the verb shimasu, which means to do, we have to simply change shimas to suru. Even for the combination of nouns denoting actions and shimas, like benkyo shimas, which means to study, we have to simply change shimas to suru. So in case of benkyo shimas, we will get benkyo suru. On similar lines, for sodan shimas, which means to consult, we will get sodan suru. In this group, there is one more verb, kimas, which means to come. And we have to simply change kimas to kuru. So in short, in case of group 3 verbs, just remember the two words suru and kuru. Okay? Next, let us see how to use the dictionary form to create simple expressions in Japanese. Many of you may have heard of the verb dekimasu, which means can or be able to. In other words, it expresses possibility or ability. And to express one's ability to do something, we will use the verb dekimasu along with the dictionary form, which is shown as VD. Now, the sentence pattern that you need to remember is VD, which is the dictionary form of the verb, followed by the expression koto ga dekimasu. Let me give you a few examples and the usage will become clear. The verb yomimasu means to read, and the dictionary form is yomu. By adding the expression koto ga dekimasu, we will get yomu koto ga dekimasu, which means can read. Now, to say I can read kanji, in Japanese it will be kanji o yomu koto ga dekimasu. Let me go to the next example. The verb hanashimasu means to speak, and the dictionary form is hanasu. By adding the expression koto ga dekimasu, we will get hanasu koto ga dekimasu, which means can speak. Now, to say I can speak German, in Japanese it will be doitsugo o hanasu koto ga dekimasu. Let me go to the next example. The verb utaimasu means to sing, and the dictionary form is utau. By adding the expression koto ga dekimasu, we will get utau koto ga dekimasu, which means can sing. You know that child is kodomo and song is uta. So children's songs will be kodomo no uta. Now, to say I can sing children's songs, in Japanese it will be kodomo no uta o utau koto ga dekimasu. Let me go to the next example. The verb kakimasu means to write, and the dictionary form is kaku. By adding the expression koto ga dekimasu, we will get kaku koto ga dekimasu, which means can write. Now, to say I can write katakana, in Japanese it will be katakana o kaku koto ga dekimasu. Let me go to the next example. The verb hikimasu means to play. Say for example a musical instrument like piano, and the dictionary form is hiku. By adding the expression koto ga dekimasu, we will get hiku koto ga dekimasu, which means can play. Now, to say Mr. Kim can play piano, in Japanese it will be Kim-san wa piano o hiku koto ga dekimasu. Now, if we add ka at the end of the sentence, then it will become a question. And this sentence pattern ending with koto ga dekimasu ka is used to ask if the action described by the verb can be done. So, if someone asks piano o hiku koto ga dekimasu ka, then it means can you play the piano? Next, let us learn how to translate simple English sentences to Japanese. The first sentence is, can you play the guitar? Guitar is gita and to play is hikimasu. Since it is a question asking if one can play, we have to use the pattern ending with koto ga dekimasu ka, and since the dictionary form of hikimasu is hiku, the translation will be gita o hiku koto ga dekimasu ka. Let us go to the second sentence. Taxi is takushi and to call is yobimasu. Since the dictionary form of yobimasu is yobu, the translation will be takushi o yobu koto ga dekimasu ka. Let us go to the third sentence. Here is koko, USD is doru, JPY is yen, and to change is kaemasu. Since the dictionary form of kaemasu is kaeru, the translation will be koko de doru o yen ni kaeru koto ga dekimasu ka? Let us go to the fourth sentence. Email is meru, this is kono, file is fairu, and to send is okurimasu. Since the dictionary form of okurimasu is okuru, the translation will be meru de kono file o okuru koto ga dekimasu ka? Let us go to the fifth sentence. Japan is Nihon, India is Indo, uncooked rice is kome, and to buy is kaimasu. Since the dictionary form of kaimasu is kau, the translation will be Nihon de Indo no kome o kau koto ga dekimasu ka? Let us go to the last sentence. Chopsticks is hashi, cooked rice is gohan, and to eat is tabemasu. Since the dictionary form of tabemasu is taberu, the translation will be hashi de gohan o taberu koto ga dekimasu. As you can see, all these examples are for only one sentence pattern. Like this, there are many sentence patterns which use the dictionary form, and I will try to discuss them in the coming lessons. So that is it for now. I hope this video was useful. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to sub below. And if you found the video good, give it a thumbs up and share it with others. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye.